Morris, and we're here with Mr. Castillo. He's a professional storyboard artist.
Thanks.
Mr. Castillo, were you originally from New Jersey, or?
I'm originally from New York. I was born in New York, but I was raised in I've been everywhere. Santo Domingo. I was in the Dominican Republic for 7 years, and my uncle and my grandmother raised me. And then when I was 7, they told me that I had parents in America, and I was like, "What? I thought you were my parents." So they brought me to America. I met my mother and my father in New York in 1977. And lived in New York for a little while. My father got a job in Boston, and so I lived in Boston for many, many, many years, like 30 years, 20-something years. And when I was there, I guess I missed New York. In 2001, I decided to come to New York. I went to school at the School of Visual Arts, and then ended up moving to New Jersey. I've been here for almost 5 years now, so it's been a long road.
Yeah, when you're at the school of visual arts in New York, I can see by your work you're more of a hands-on artist. How was the transition from the hands-on art to like more of what technology is today?
It was hard. When I the first semester at the School of Visual Arts, I was trying to learn computers. I mean, people were emailing each other and things like that. That was like the first time I was really messing around with computers. I would ask for help. People were like, "Hey, just email me." I didn't know what was going on. And we were using computer animation, and I was learning this program called Maya. And it was tough for me because like you see, I like to draw with pencils and things like that. But I learned a lot about computers, and now this day I use computers and my drawings. I bring my drawings in and enhance them and use programs like that. But it was tough, in the beginning, and I got over it though, and it just added to my work now. It added to my work, and added to my drawings and things like that. So
When you draw your facial expressions for your characters, do you actually act out your facial expressions in the mirror?
that's a great question. Sometimes I do that. It's good to do that. Or sometimes what I do is I use maybe my relatives or my wife or family. I use them and use them as models, and they're cheaper actually. And it's great because you want to use reference, and you want it to look real. You want it to look right. I like using a lot of reference. If I'm doing a car commercial, I like to see what kind of car it is and have pictures in front of me and images. It's very important to do that.
Yeah, and in grammar school and like high school, whatever, when you were growing up, did you like to draw a lot when you were a kid?
I loved drawing when I was a kid. When I was in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic, we were very poor. I didn't have a lot of toys. I mean, there was pencil and paper. I took my uncle's books and I used to mess them up, like his college books, and I drew cowboys and Indians all over it and scribbled all over it. So I got in trouble for that, and it led to drawing in school, and I was drawing a lot. I mean, I got in trouble for drawing teachers and things like that, but it was something I've been doing for since I was a little kid, since I was like 5. I think my grandmother told me that I used to scribble on the walls, mess up the walls with like crayons and stuff. So it's definitely something that's been with me all my life. And I love it. I can't see myself not doing it, definitely.
What major companies have you worked with?
I worked with MTV, VH1, Court TV. I worked with movie companies like Flavor Unit Films here in New Jersey, Queen Latifah's company. I did 2 movies with her, The Cookout, and the other one's called Perfect Holiday. It's like a Christmas movie. I worked on that and worked with a lot of music video directors, Benny Boom, Diane Martell, a lot of the top music video directors. And it's been great. It's been great, meeting all these people and meeting all these famous people and things like that.
So, what kind of TV shows or music artists have you worked with?
I have some samples here actually. I worked with Lauryn Hill, like a couple of years ago. This is The Sopranos, season 5. And like as I was saying earlier, this was like a big break for me, a big show. You know, they asked me if I did other shows, but I was like, I wanted to get the job, so I said I did, and I was nervous, but I pulled it off. But this was for season 5, and Steve Buscemi was the director, and he was very detailed, and you know, I did little rough sketches in front of him, and we planned everything out that was gonna happen, and you know, later on, there's like a car crash, you know, Tony Soprano is sitting in his truck, and it was great. I got a little bit of the script and stuff, and it's funny because to this day I still work with people from The Sopranos. I actually do every year. They have fundraisers for kids, and a lot of the actors come together, and I do portraits of them, and they sign it, and they raise money for children through Tony Darrow. It's called the Tony Darrow Foundation. You know, so they have like golf tournaments and things like that. So it's great because you meet these people and you end up working with them, and they become your friends, and they pass your name on, you know, to other people and other shows and things like that. So, and yeah, this is the Lauryn Hill. It's more like a sci-fi video that she wanted kind of look. She was inside this thing and this glass, you know, thing, and you know, kind of like the Matrix kind of style. So that was a lot of fun.
All right. You were talking earlier with us about how you have a friend that create toys and everything, and
Yeah.
how you created this toy, and you created like this whole little comic book series. This little guy called Pugsy.
Yeah, this a friend of mine. His name is Dave Cortez. He's an amazing toy designer, toy sculptor. He I have some of his toys. Like he sculpted Hellboy, sculpted the Scarface toy. He sculpted a lot of superheroes, the Incredible Hulk, a lot of toys that you see in stores. Like he worked on, and I actually heard about him, and I was like impressed by him. And I do what I always do. I go try to find these people and hang out, and become their friends. You know, that's what you do. It's like you wanna become successful. Go find successful people. So I emailed him and called him up, and then he called me back and told me he was actually looking for somebody to work with him. And we did this. I did storyboards for him, but I didn't know he was gonna make a comic. He made a comic out of it, which was cool. And this little comic book is gonna go inside the toy. You know, and it's about this little dog, Pugsy, which I guess he belonged to Al Capone, and he escapes prison, and kind of 1930s kind of figure. But we're going to be at the Comic-Con in February 2009 in the Javits Center. And we're going to have a table there if anybody wants to come by, and the toys will be there. So I'm plugging the toy. I'm going to call them up, be like, hey man, I'm plugging your toy on TV. So
Yeah. No, thanks for talking to you. We're gonna go to another break, but
Okay.
we'll be back to speak with you some more.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.